Hey guys, Sherwin D'Souza here, continuing with my 10-minute series of reading books. Alright, remember to like, follow, subscribe, share with one friend or more, hit the bell icon, and donate to sherwinaldi@outlook.com or use my PayPal. Anyway, check out the description down below. Alright, this is chapter 1, part 3. The house is historic. As I remember, I said, thinking to divert him from giving negative opinions of people I had yet to meet. And the garden is lovely. They have no interest in history, that pair. There is some talk already that the plan to sell the house, should it become theirs, of course, would be a shame to sell it out of the family, but young people have no respect for tradition. The house is quite old. The Historical Society might be interested in acquiring it if they could raise the funds, and it is reputed to be haunted. Haunted houses in Savannah sell quite well. His comment was intriguing, of course, but I declined to follow up on it. I was still thinking about Tilly. Could she really have intended to disinherit the literacy uh, program if I chose not to go to Savannah? I wish I knew what was in the sealed envelope, or had she deliberately made the provision in her will as an added inducement to me, knowing that I was an easy mark where literacy programs are concerned. Miss Fletcher? What? Oh, yes, sorry, my mind wandered. There's a fairly new hotel next door. However, Miss Tilly directed that you were to stay in the main house. No point in wasting money where it isn't necessary. A room has been freshly made up and awaits you. The housekeeper, Miss Goodall, is still on staff and will tend to your every need. There are others living in the guest house on the property, temporarily, of course, but others, family, her niece and nephew? No, I'm afraid not. As Miss Tilly advanced in age, she developed a greater need to have people around her. She began taking in guests at the house against my best advice, I assure you. I'd stay in the greenhouse the last time I visited her, which was quite a number of years ago. I had been recently renovated at the it has been recently renovated at the time and was a lovely, spacious, and beautifully decorated, dripping with southern charm. The main house was a bit of a mausoleum with heavy dark drapery and stiff, uncomfortable chairs. I remember wondering when I had visited which decor best reflected its owner, the guest house she had refurbished, or the family home that she occupied. I knew which one I favored, but Tilly chose to live in the main house. I never asked her if she'd left it furnishing, as they were out of a sense of maintaining tradition. If she truly enjoyed surrounding herself with possessions and interior style inherited from her ancestors. Mr. Richardson interrupted my thoughts. You should know that the reading of Miss Tilly's will take place on Wednesday next. If you decide to come, that would be propitious in time to meet people. Wednesday was 5 days away. I glanced down at my desk calendar. I was relatively free for the next 3 weeks. I'd finished a book just a week ago and had proudly sent it in to my publisher, Bon Buckley. I then did what I always do upon finishing a novel. I attacked the piles of paper that I hadn't gone around to filling, started to catch up on correspondence, including answering dozens of emails that had accumulated, and spent the day entering new phone numbers and addresses in my address book from small slips of paper on which I hastily noted them. My schedule called for me to begin the research for my next book in 2 months. The timing for the trip to Savannah was good, and not only that, but I found myself enamored of the possibility of visiting the lovely southern city again, although I had to admit that the circumstances for such a trip were off-putting. Wanamaker Jones had been murdered 40 years ago. Certainly, many of the people who might have something to offer to an investigation into his death would be gone now. The deceased were having relocated, but it also occurred to me that Tilly's death and the impending reading of her will might draw a few of them back to the scene of the crime, especially if they knew Jones's murder file was about to be reopened. A word was bound to get around. "Mr. Richardson," I said. "Yes?" "Give me a day to think about this. Of course, I am all I'm aware all this must come as quite a shock, but I should urge you to consider her request favorably. It would be such a shame to see that $1 million go, shall we say, astray, rather than being used to advance the cause of literacy." He gave me his phone number, and we ended the call. Funny, she doesn't even get a commission out of this. All the money that she gets from doing this is all going straight to the literacy thing. Nothing, not even a dime she gets to keep. Like, at least I give her like 10%, 100K for doing this. What kind of lawyer lets a client put conditions like that on her bequest? Didn't he realize she was not in her right mind? Probably suffering from dementia. Absolutely preposterous. My dear friend Seth Hasselhoff, Cabot Cave's favorite physician, was in high dudgeon. He picked up the Black Knight and moved it forward on the chessboard. "You should tell him what they can do with their $1 million," he said, setting the piece down with a sharp rap. "You know, I can't disappoint a literacy program. I don't know, Miss F. I don't think I'd go if I were you," Sheriff Morton Metzger offered as he moved behind Seth to get a better look at the chessboard. He dropped in to keep us company while his wife was at her cooking class. Alright, so we'll stop here. Remember to like and comment down below. Share with your friends on all the social media, and click on those referral links. You might find something that is interesting to you, including my TikTok. Alright, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.